Good evening, everyone, and welcome to AMF Circle Lanes here in East Haven, Connecticut. We are here for the finals of the Many Styles of Bowling NEBA singles event, and it's the first NEBA Women's Series event. We're styling them on here. NEBA number 960. Bruce Hall with you, and back in the booth, as if he never left, El Jefe, ball drilled to the stars.
Hey, that's funny.
Chris Foray, how are you, my friend?
A lot of times I feel like I never left.
Well, there you go. You're right back where you are. Very comfortable in the booth there. Good to see you.
Nah, it's good. It's good.
And we're going to be bringing you some bonus coverage here in the round of 32. Normally we start at the round of 16, but since we're here, we're set up, we're watching along with you. We said, why don't we just go live?
And it's 7 o'clock.
And it's already 7, so we had a little bit of a delay, Tay, and you can imagine with the weather, things got a little squirrely. We had to cancel our 6 o'clock squad last night.
First time a squad's been canceled that I know of.
First time we've ever done that at great reluctance. Many emails among the executive team, back and forth with the House. And finally we said, there weren't that many entries. A lot of people, I myself was in Massachusetts. I couldn't drive anyway. So I switched,
there were a lot of bands.
I switched to 12:30 and so could not. So a lot of people dropped out anyway, and we didn't want people on dangerous conditions coming to bowl a small squad. So we ultimately did cancel.
I know, to Gab real quick, I will just say, I know we talked about this, but people were going to bring up if anybody's bowled NEBA Brockton, which had many blizzards over time, and people are like, well, we ran squads then. As I tried to make a comment last night on social media, times are different. We have the ability to get word out to the public that we're not running it. Where back then, there was no way of us telling people we weren't having a squad or anything. So
it wasn't even a call chain or anything
like
that. So there's emails and
so it's much different time.
Point. That's a really good point.
I think people don't realize, hey, we have evolved with the times, and obviously safety is important. I mean, I drove home from Nutmeg last night at 6:30, 7 o'clock, and obviously we're further south, and we didn't get as bad. We still got 12 inches. The roads this morning still hadn't been plowed.
Really?
Except for the highway. So I mean, again, safety is more important. I know some people were disappointed they couldn't bowl last night, but again, we're here for safety. So, and like I said, and the staff.
I know Amanda and RJ Broge actually got hotel rooms in New Haven here.
Amanda did.
She had a conference there, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah,
she wanted to bowl. She
could only bowl 6 o'clock.
Right. Well,
But again, we got to worry about our staff and also the bowlers. You don't want anybody to have an accident or anything. And the center too.
So
the center actually didn't open. So
that was really the final straw, right? That was it. Who's in our matches, my friend? We have 39 and 40 and 41 and 2. And once again, this is the round of 32, and the way this works now, we used to go with 40 qualifiers, which we had today. We would take the bottom 24, and those bottom 24 would bowl 3 on a pair, and the top 2 would advance. And we changed that rule this year. Now we've moved down to the bottom 16 bowlers bowl head-to-head, and the top 8 advance, so they move in and make up our round of 32.
And I walked in, I go, what the heck is going on?
Right. How come there's so few bowlers here? How come there's not 3 on a pair?
Well, I walked in, I go, why are there 20-some people practicing?
Right, and everybody, and all the rest of the 24, so there's 24 buys through that first round, and that cut was 141 over on this pattern, which we'll talk about in a minute. But who do we have in front of us, Chris? 39 and 40 and 41 and 2.
On 39 and 40, we got Frankie Calca, Hall of Famer, youngest NEBA Hall of Famer. Darren Borges. Darren just started bowling again the last tournament.
And Darren just doubled against Frankie.
He had a very good look.
Yeah.
He did miss a bunch of spares in qualifying. John Williston and Jameson Matthew. I don't want to say Jameson's last name wrong, but Matthew. And that is Joey Transu's son.
No kidding.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hall of Famer Joey Transu. And then LaRue Marlowe on 41-2, bowling against Robert Tripp Rowe III.
And maybe we could say that high qualifier and title sponsor, LaRue Marlowe.
Yes. He bowled great this morning. He started out 800 the first 3.
That's right. First 3. Needs the hit in the 10th to shoot exactly 800 and gets it. Posts it.
Yep, I drew him 6 new pieces the other day. Put them in the car.
So new equipment is a good thing.
I'm not sure if he's using them, but I'm going to guess he probably is. Dennis Bissonette, first-time champion at the non-champions. And Aaron Major looking for his first win.
Aaron Major, hard to believe he hasn't won. He's won a regional title, and he's crushing it. So there you go. So once again, that's just the title pairs, the two feature pairs we have. And it is 4 on a pair here. Just this one round we'll have 4 on a pair. Right next to us, I know Andrew Hall is bowling Josh Graybeck. And John Becker is also on that pair. We've got
Zach Gentile.
Zach Gentile bowling John Becker. What's happening in that match? That match looks about tied up, except that Becker just missed an 8 pin, and that's not going to help his fortunes against a very tough Zach. And here's Andrew Hall up, and here's Rob Gotterbarn is over on 38 right now. And who's Rob up against?
What pair did you say? 37-8.
37-8.
Down here, so Gutterbarn's bowling Don Harrington.
Okay, that's Gotterbarn. He just went 4-6-7.
And on that pair, we have Dave Handlowich against Randy Hagemoser.
All right.
Defending Bowler of the Year.
Bowler of the Year, Randy Hagemoser. He of the man bun these days. So there you go.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, me too. Don't we wish?
You have hair.
Don't we wish? I do have hair. That's my one feature that I've hung with, and it's not even all that gray, considering how old I am.
No, no, I'm saying you have a nice head of hair.
Thank you. Me and
I have a nice head of nothing.
You have it right.
Speckles.
Well, you know, it's just it's the genetic lottery, my friend.
My father had hair.
Nothing to do with it.
My father had a good.
Is that right?
I mean, when he was 50, he still had a nice bushy hair. I mean, starting to recede, but not. My brother and I went on the other end.
As Billy Joel said, you were mean to your hair and it left you. That's what happened.
I had nice flowing locks like Webb at one time. Webb also now is bald like.
Yes, he is. It's coming up. So, I wanted to shout out to Carl Buckley in the UK, by far our farthest away watching. And Carl, I hope you didn't mind my commentary when I called your latest match. You'll hear that soon enough.
Yeah, tell us where you're from, folks, if you're watching.
Yeah, if you're watching, if you chime in, guys, please let us know where you're calling in from. I know we've seen people in from Australia and the UK and all kinds of up and down the West Coast. And hope Joanne Herman's watching. She's our sponsor for this first women's event. All women in this tournament got a $40 off their first entry.
How many do we have there, Bruce? How many women
that
bowled?
Would be 23 women took advantage. I don't know how many of those were re-entries, but I don't think very many.
No.
So
and I do know some women did cancel. Dan and I talked about that yesterday because of the weather. I mean, and not women, just bowlers in general.
Yeah, lots of people.
But I'm just saying, I know we did lose a couple lady entries because of the weather situation. Dan and I had a meeting conference call about that.
And we did have some special cuts. Katie Barnes, Samantha Morlack, and Robin Provenzano all made it in through the special women's cuts on this pattern. So speaking of the pattern, recreational, Kegel Main Street, 19.3 mils, a very light volume, 10-1 and 41 feet. So Chris, tell us about what you thought about the pattern. We were, I would say more than the thing that sticks out is really the volume, right? We think about 19.3 mils. It's all in the middle, by the way.
It's 15 to 15 pretty much.
You're going to see everyone playing in some version of 15. So there's no one really outside. And even the people on 15, if you pull it or you try to yank it, it hooks immediately. So you can see quite a bit of movement on the lanes.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just the pattern is mill-wise is very low for what we currently, I mean, anything in the low 20s is low anymore. So that was the beginning of it. The pattern, I will say the middle of the lane held up very well.
I thought so.
I mean, between 15 to 15, if you kept it there on the second block, you had to take a little hand out again because if you hit it, not a ton, but it isn't like the ball hooked early if you got way in the middle and try to keep it tight up the middle of the lane. Now, again, if you got it going left, right, different directions, you saw a lot of craziness. But the middle of the lane, I will say it did hold. But again, I think of all the 19.9, probably about 15 of it was in the middle of the lane.
I thought you might have seen more people on the cap or lofting, by the end of 12:30, but no, not at all. I didn't see anybody do it.
Yeah, I will say it was tough. The further you got, at least on the right side of the lane, the further, at least I saw this, and I talked to Eric Cornog about it next to him, and Boa Skiana. When you got too deep on the right, you could get the ball through. The problem now was your entry angle was so bad because you had to get it so steep through there if you were hitting it.
You still had to throw it hard. Like you couldn't.
Yeah.
There's so little volume, you can't just soft stroke it and let it.
Well, you tried, but
yeah,
because then if you got it in the puddle too much, then you 2-8-10 or bucket it. But if you tried to get it to the right of that, you didn't know if it was going to hook or flat 10. So I personally found at the end of the day was to move right, try and get my fingers above the equator of the ball to like really lower the rev rate and just play like 25 to 15, just play up that middle of the lane and see what happens, But unfortunately, it's tough to get good entry angle with that. Well, and we actually see, it's hard to see off camera here, I think and you see Dave Handlowich. I just saw him throw a shot down the lane, and he's pretty much doing that. He's playing like 25 to like 13. He's not really using that bounce area. I mean, it's
keep it in the middle. Just work the center.
Exactly. Use where the oil is.
The landing strip. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's funny you say that. You try to get outside of the pattern and cut down your revs, go weaker, things like that. I crossed with Rich Strath, another lefty.
Yep. Very good play.
I ground my guts out for 70 over, missed by 30.
And he shoots 200.
He shoots 218 over, and he's 5 boards or 7 boards left of me. Maybe 10 left with his feet, and he's just soft stroking it and just stroking it.
Yeah, I mean,
crushing it, and perfect entry angle. He carried almost every time he hit the pocket, and I'm just beating my brains out to get 9. So it really did make a difference how you attack the pattern and where you played on it. So.
Yeah, I know people talk about recreation patterns. You know, it became like, you know, when a pattern got posted, everybody was having up in arms of like, we're gonna have this 200 over cut score. Well, as I always say, I don't care what pattern we put out, someone's going to bowl good, and a lot of people are going to bowl bad.
That's right.
And you still got to figure out how to match up. You got to pick the right ball. You have to still execute in some way. And I can say you couldn't really spray it around the lane. You still had to be pretty consistent. I could consistently shoot 2 out. I told my wife that. She shot 250 this morning in league. She goes, woohoo, beat that today. I go, if I beat that, I'll make the cut. I said, because I'm not getting anywhere close to it. You know, so
speaking of the cuts,
go ahead.
It was, LaRue Marlowe starts with that 800, shoots 12.33, led the 9 a.m. squad. The cut for that squad was Tariq Joyner at 11.46, 146 over.
Which is a fair number. A fair number.
That's not a crazy number. I mean, we've seen it at 190.
We've seen 190 at East Providence back on the house China.
Recreational China. So in the afternoon, it got tougher. That's when Rich Strath shot that 218. He led the squad. And the cut was 11.03. Jeremy Melito, 103 over. And Litch sneaks out 109 to make the cut. And did he win
fashion
against Chris Soule?
Soule's out.
So Soule's out, so Litch
is Bowling Strath.
Bowling Strath, wow. Where's that match?
That match is on 33 and 34.
That would be an interesting
to your left.
match.
So you see Urbano standing there, so Litch is on that.
Yeah, they're over there. Okay, well, we'll look at that. And Strath, our number 2 qualifier behind LaRue overall.
And we had a lot of variety in the finals. I mean, I saw people bowling. Like I said, we have lefties, we have righties, we have straight, we have guys that are playing off the corner. So, again, patterns, you have to still... You still got to execute. There's nothing that makes you just put a blindfold on and throw the ball.
Well, I'll tell you, I tried weaker equipment and it made me squeeze. And then I tried more aggressive equipment and I could stroke it, but it hooked early. Then I switched to something in between, and I'm fishing around. And
that's the hard thing when you know the scoring pace. Well, you feel like you have to shoot a certain score.
Yeah.
You feel like you're falling behind, and then so you start chasing it, trying to. And I think that's in our head. We think you need this big score. And here we look, 102 made the squad cut, right? 103?
103.
So 103, that's a 220 average. And I said to myself when I started this squad at the 1230, I said, I need to average 225 to make the cut.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
But the thing is, you still need to throw.
It's 150 over, 125.
Yeah. So you still need 3 triples in there, and two triples every game.
Right.
And 1 4-bagger and a triple and no opens, to really get there. So it just becomes. Like you're saying, you start fishing because when you feel like you're on a 2-0 pace, you're trying to figure it out. And that's why the scoring pace really gets changed up because...
Yeah, and I shot 2-0, 2-teen, 2-0, 230.
Exactly.
I'm just like, I can't break it open.
You're 2 hits away every game.
Right, exactly. If you give me one more hit, give me my pick of a hit each game, I'm in the finals.
No.
It's so close. That's what it means.
Well, and again, when it comes
to the right angle, right?
You got to find the right angle, right piece to get through there. I mean, I went to a.
You know what I say to people? I've spent entire league seasons trying to get lined up.
Exactly.
On house shots, it has taken me. It does take time.
Yeah, I mean, so I use I went from I drilled a bite, an old bite. I have laying around.
I remember that one, yeah.
So, I mean, we're on 19 mils. It's an old ball, so I drilled a bite, and I drilled an Electrify solid. And I usually don't drill balls like an Electrify solid because...
I love that Electrify. It's a great ball.
They're great balls, but for me, I don't... We bowl on sport shots a lot, so I don't need a high RG type ball. But I was like, hey, we're on lower volume. It'll be good. Well, I went to that ball finally the last 3 games.
Yeah.
I go 230, 250, but the last game I shoot 190. Like you're saying, don't miss the hole.
Right.
I leave a blower 710. I leave a 5-7. Sure. Yeah. Blower 5-7.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I can't even get. Now I'm like, stone 7, 9th and 10th, where I could still make it. And
it would have been so much more satisfying if you just beat your head against the wall and raise a big.
I think it'd be better if you shot like 100 some under, and you bowled really bad.
Right. You'd get more sympathy if you raised a big welt on your wrist.
Hey, I need to go work on my game a lot more.
Yeah. So. Hey, Chris, remember how we had $50,000 in cash and supporting equipment last year for sponsorships? Well, this year it's over $60,000. And if we go through some of our sponsors, there's, of course, yourself covering the Paul Forey Memorial this year. We're back with a $10,000 prize fund in that Paul Forey Memorial. The top 20 places will all get paid. And, of course, the NEBA Women's Series sponsored by Joanne Herman. So those are back. I'm sponsoring my dad's memorial tournament for $6,000. And, of course, we have the Cambridge coming back as well. So we have and the rest of the wonderful sponsors coming up, guys, is the Trios. February 26th
it's going to be a short
East
pattern,
Coast
I think,
Sports Inventor. That's a challenge shot. East Coast Sports Investors Trios. And the 27th will be the doubles, and that's a standard pattern. Standard, when we say standard, that's recreational. And that's it all at
now we might have a 200 over cut score.
That might be 200 over. That's right. If you can just figure out how to get the ball to go through the pins the right way.
Well, it's doubles, so that's going to change, right? It's doubles, so
yeah.
So you're going to need 350.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Shake it off. Coming up after that, the Bullwinkles Pro Shop Open in March 19th and 20th. Your tournament, buddiesproshop.com, comes up at April 9th and 10th.
And there's $1,000 added to that.
$1,000 added to that one. April 30th is the I Am Bowling powered by Logo Infusion. I'm wearing that shirt now. April, May is the non-champions. That's Ace Mitchell's event. May 14th and 15th is the Green Mountain Open. We're going back to Rutland, Vermont.
Well, we missed it. We missed it because of the vid.
We did missed it because of the Rona, and now we're back. We'll see our friend John.
I can't wait to go there.
Up there. Maybe we'll get him back on the mic here, so that should be fun. We've got a youth event coming up June 4th.
Which is interesting.
Bowling Open. That should be fun. And the 4th and 5th will be the Savage Arm Singles. June 25th, over under doubles. That's Turbo Grips. June 28th. I'm just going through the whole schedule, if you don't mind, just because we can cover all the sponsors. The Greg Monster Sports. July 16th and 17th, Callahan's. We'll go back to Dollarama. July 30th, that's our fun weekend again with golf, poker, and two events, the doubles and singles up at Yankee Lanes in Keene.
Jeff Barden, they do a great job up there.
Jeff Barden, $1,000 added to each event. And by the way, later in the year, we're going off to a new event up at Yankee Lanes in Manchester, New Hampshire. That'll be women and singles events in October, so that'll be fun. We've got a senior event at Chicago Sam's, a new sponsor, and that will be at Hall of Fame.
What's that sponsor?
In August.
Say that again.
Chicago Sam's.
Oh, okay, I've never heard of that one.
It's our new sponsor, Chicago Sam's.
I know the other one was Flamand up top.
Yeah, Greg Flamand, yep.
Yep, I didn't. Okay, that's new.
August 20th, bowlingseriously.com will be a women's event, and that's also at Silver Lanes. August 21st is the Masters, Tony and Susie Renan and Bloomfield Electric. Then my event, September 17th and 18th, the TechVision live streaming Vincent Hall Memorial. Over under doubles with no restrictions on doubles partners.
Well, I can't bowl Parker, so don't lie.
You can't. Well,
I'm only teasing.
Restrictions in national champions still apply, but NEBA champions don't apply. So,
I was only teasing you.
So, and there was a ripping messenger by Aaron Major. I don't know if he won that match or what happened there. So
yeah, we'll give a quick rundown here after you finish up.
Yeah, almost done. October, KR Strike Force.
If you guys
back to Yankee Lanes. DJ's Pro Shop, we're going to Auburn in November for the non-champion and Tournaments of Champions, and the Storm Rotogrip 900 Global event is the 13th Tournament of Champions. December 10th and 11th is the senior event and singles event in Norwich for the Better Bowling Concepts events there. So there's our quick rundown of our schedule and our sponsors. Once again, over $60,000 in cash and equivalent equipment. Speaking of which, we have 2 balls given away by Storm, and the score was Bob Glenn, who shoots 10.99. Super senior Bob Glenn. He and I were talking about a singles match we had in action about 40 years ago.
Let's say that 1962?
Yes, sir. And the raffle was won by Tim Elssis, so congratulations to Tim. And each of those will get a certificate to get any Storm Roto or 900 Global ball of your choice, and they may actually mail it to you. So there you go. So there you go. So where are we at?
Well, we got Randy's bowling Handlewich on 37-38, and Randy got 270 on the out, so he's going to be Handlewich, it looks like, unless he would open. Yeah, because Handlewich only got 212. Over where Gentile, nope, that didn't strike, so that's going to kill him. So whoever he's bowling, so Zach was, where is Zach at? So Zach is bowling Becker. So unless Becker falls apart here, which doesn't even make a difference because it's 189, so he already has 180.
Right. Well, this is that top match, that AC match is a close one.
The AC on this one?
Yeah.
On 43 and 4, that's over.
Oh, okay.
So that's going to be Becker. So then Grable is so Josh is bowling Andrew.
Yeah, and it looks like he's got
Josh
5 in a row.
Josh is going to win that one.
It looks like Andrew is looking at 215 on the out, so I don't think Andrew can win that match.
So you got Josh and then Becker.
Andrew had a gutter ball at a 0 there somewhere. I wonder what happened. I wonder if he fouled.
That's a gutter.
That was weird.
That's not an F.
Did you see it?
It's not an F.
What happened? He just flipped it in the gutter? Ouch. I hate when that happens. Oh well. Back next time. On to the next one, as they say.
Here we have Kalka bowling against Darren Borges, who, like I said, Darren with an open frame still going to win, and Frankie just shot himself in the mouth.
Darren's got the next 7.
Yep, that's 240.
Frankie's going to shoot 244.
So he needs a double here then, because he has 58 if he strikes out.
Now let's see if we can look at the score here, Chris. What do you think?
Yep, you got the left monitor.
Yeah, there we go.
That's a winner.
He needed a mark. Is that what he needed to win? Okay, there it is.
Yeah, he needed a mark.
There it is. All right.
I tell you what, I bowled next to the kid, and he bowled really well. He just spare shooting was a disaster.
Darren, yeah.
But his
when you've been away for a while.
But his strike ball was he had a good line playing across the middle, like we were talking about.
Yep.
And he wasn't getting around. He was really tumbling in the ball to just feed it through there and just let it roll up nicely instead of getting that jerk off the lower friction part of the lane, or lower volume, I should say. So Frankie's definitely out now.
Well, Frankie went back.
So Randy, where's Randy at here?
230. So can give Frankie the loss.
So Randy.
Rayback gets the win. Rayback wins. Darren Borges wins.
Harrington's going to win.
Harrington looks like
he did. He won.
Looking at 270.
And
he's going to cruise.
Trying to find a Kalka one here somewhere. Kalka's up top here. Nope, not there. Kalka's down here. So Darren. Then we have who's winning the match down below. Oh, Frankie.
Oh, I wanted to see what's going on with the Rich Strath match.
Whoever letter C is up top has a string of strikes getting up on the left. See it? They went strike, open, spare.
Who is that?
String.
Let's see. I might take a walk.
Strath is on the right lane, so whoever's on the left lane, whoever he's bowling, which is Litch has a 5-bagger.
Well, Strath has a double and a triple.
Yep. And Litch went strike open. Yeah, Litch went strike open spare. So Litch
is probably up 20 or so in that match.
Litch had 58 and a third.
Yeah.
And Strath can go out for, can you see that? 259?
250, yeah. 220, 259.
So Litch would have to strike out
there. 279.
So pretty much they got to match each other.
Well, Litch can go 279, so Litch is 20 right now.
I think it was 79. No, because Litch went strike open spare. So Litch only has 259.
Oh, did he open? I'm sorry.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I can see from here. Do you have the binoculars?
Might be tied. Yeah, I
do. There they are. The handy dandy binoculars.
The official live stream binoculars.
All right, now Jameson's going to advance.
Strath just struck.
I think Litch has to match him, be my guess, because Litch has 58 and a third. So 58.
Strath can go out for 250.
Can you go get Dan?
9.
Go get Dan. Get Danny. Or you can help him. Oh, you got. Yeah, you got
Litch did go spare. Litch went strike, spare, so he can go off for 268. Litch. So Litch is up 10. What's the problem? What's the matter?
Dead wood in the gutter. This one, confirmation of re-rack.
Litch did go strike, spare. He does not have an open.
All right, but
he can go off for 268.
Yep, so he would win by 9.
Right, Strath has 250 in the wood, and he did strike for his first shot in the 10th. So Litch must strike, I believe, on this first shot.
Well, he's got to match what Strath does to beat him.
Correct. Because Litch is down 1 and count. Yep, there you go. That's every bit the match you thought it would be.
Anything with Litch is a good match usually.
So Frankie Kalka loses with 232.
Yep. Over here we have
Harrington won with 268.
Robert Rowe needs to get 9 pins on his next 2 balls to take out our tournament leader, LaRue, and sponsor.
We don't want that. Do
so
we?
Robert Rowe needs to get 9 pins.
We're indifferent. But
and then
so Rich Strath just came high and left an 8-10 in the pocket.
So Lich just needs to get the first one because Lich hasn't even bowled the 10th frame yet.
47, right.
That's going to be 45, 46.
Rich must strike. Lich must strike because he needs 247.
Yeah, so here goes Robert Rowe on the pair we're watching, and he got a strike to win. So Robert Rowe takes out our tournament leader.
Yep. So Strath clocks in at 246, I believe, which means Lich needs 9 spare strike would do it, or strike in the first ball. Yeah, 246 for Strath. High-powered match down. Even though the matches in front of us are almost done, we're going to hang on till the end of this Lich match.
Everybody's waiting for Lich to bowl. Looks like Kirker's.
We might be here a while.
Kirker's going to lose, and I don't know who was on the pair above that.
Yeah, Kirker lost to 230.
Jay Johnson.
Yeah.
And RJ beat Jamie Silva because I saw Jamie carrying the sheet.
That's 258 to 256 match above them.
Yeah, it was Jamie Silva against RJ Broge.
Wow. And who was the loser? Was it RJ? Lost that match?
Lich still hasn't bowled.
Lich is the rope-a-dope master. I remember some finals matches with Lich taking a long, long time.
One of his last wins was against Packy, and it took a little while.
Long time.
Kept backing up.
Oh, he always does, yeah.
Now
it's not gamesmanship either, because the other guy's done.
He's on the third step, and he's released.
Released.
6-pin.
And 6-pin needs it, and then a strike to win.
Yep.
Another 9, it's a tie. A little bit high,
And Dennis Bissonette beat Aaron Major. I don't have anything else that I can follow because they're all spread out. Urbano and Healy are in there, and that's a pretty good match too. Can you see the bottom score on that same pair?
Yep, I can, because I have the official live stream binoculars. Whoever's on the right has 2-teen pace, and the other one has 201 on the wood, so it's a loser. 201's a loser. Who's on the right? Who's up now on the right? Who is it? So whoever's on the opposite of Lich won that match.
The opposite of Lich?
Yeah, the same lane as Strath.
Oh, yeah, we just don't know because remember you get choice. So it looks like Healy's getting up on the right. So it looks like Healy's getting up on the right.
If Healy's up on the right, he won.
Yeah, so Healy. And Lich needs to get 9, right?
9 to tie, strike to win. He's got 227 with a spare up. He needs to beat 246.
Do you think he strikes and goes and walks it out to the left? Does he walk it out left or right? This should be the call. Which way is he walking?
I like right. I'll go right. You take left. How's that?
I was going to say he's going to walk out to the left.
No,
but Lich generally does walk it to the right.
Towards us.
He's going to
come towards us. Yeah, that's usually what he does. But we'll see.
There we go. He's down on one knee.
He
got 7. He got 9. 1-2 fell.
I cannot believe what just happened.
The 1-2 just fell.
He goes washout 1-2-7. Something comes from the back.
7.
Something comes from the back, rolls the 3-pin into the head pin to get 9 to tie.
I said 1-2-7. 1-3-7. Sorry.
1-3-7. He got 9 to tie. Oh my God.
We're calling 7. You can run it.
Unbelievable. Ninth and 10th. Higher seed gets their choice of starting lane. Yeah. We're going to send Mr. Stephen Major to run this 9th and 10th frame. We're going to stay with you guys to follow this 9th and 10th frame roll-off between, and Healy's going to finish this thing. All right, El Jefe is going to go down and run the 9th and 10th, and we'll call it from here. But what a finish for Lichstein, who comes back, leaves a washout, and then has a pin come from behind and roll the 3 into the head pin, leaving only the 7 to give him the 9 he needs to tie the match at 246 against second seed Rich Strath. So what a match. We're going to see a 9th and 10th here, and we'll shuck and jive until they get started. We'll try to see if we can get some other winners. And coming up will be start of our quote-unquote official coverage with the round of 16. And we'll be going on through to the champion tonight. So once again, a 19 mil oil pattern, low oil volume. So you're seeing a fair bit of hook on the lanes and fairly high scores because you've got a 10-to-1 ratio, but all of that oil is in the middle and you have to get in and you've got to use those fronts to get it down the lane. And then even if you use the dry, try to get it back. The trick is to get it through the pins the right way. So more challenging pattern than you might think if you just read the sheet at 10-to-1 in recreational. So once again, we're here at AMF's Circle Lanes in East Haven, Connecticut, and it looks like Rich Strath is going to start the 9th and 10th roll-off. And he's up. You'll be able to see way to your left his ball go down the lane. And Rich is on now 33 and is going to go dead flush. And there's a good shot there by Rich. And now let's see Michael Lichstein go up for his 9th frame. And unbelievable, once again, just amazing, Lich threw a washout and then a pin comes back and takes out the 3 and a head pin, giving him the 9 he needed to tie. So Michael now up on the right lane, lane 34. And Strath has already started with the strike. And Michael gets the mixing crumbling bucket to carry and match the opening strike of Strath. Rich Strath bowling great lately. He is stroking it so nicely. I was with him in Endicott, New York, in ideal lanes, and he was just making them look dead easy. And I crossed with him today, and he was high qualifier on the 1230 squad, making him look dead easy, and just throwing it really beautifully. Soft stroking it. He's not forcing the ball. He's letting the ball do all the work, and it's just looking really good out there. And then Lich, of course, is Lich, who you can never count out of any match. And he's taking his time. He's going to be up on the left lane now. Both bowlers with strikes in the 9th frame. Now up and ready to start his 10th is Michael. And here he goes. And there's the shot. Bucket. Light in the pocket for a bucket. Opening the door for Rich Strath to strike in the 10th and win the match. And the winner of this match will bowl Tim Healy on our feature pair 41 and 2. So we will get to see the winner of this match bowl against the lefty Tim Healy. So looking forward to that. Let's see if it's Lich or if it's Strath. Lich needs to convert this bucket now. And right at it and chops it. Oh, you dog. Chops it right through and leaves the 5 pin. So that's going to give Lich 28 for his 9th and 10th frame score. Opening the door wide open for Rich Strath. All Rich needs to do is fill a mark. Any mark will take care of this. 9 out for whatever reason would be another tie, and we would move then to single ball roll-off, sudden death roll-off. So here's Strath taking his time. I'm going to trust that shot one more time. And there's a weak 7 for Strath. He's got to make it. And he wins. Flag it. And it's another tie. And we move to single ball sudden death roll-off. And I would like to point out that as we're watching this, the Niners just scored to tie the Rams. And well, actually, with the extra point, they'll tie the Rams. Very interesting play. And here's Strath up for the 7-pin. And give it to him. Great shot by Rich Strath. Clears the center of the pin, makes the spare. And that will do it. Rich Strath moves on against Mike Lichstein, who goes strike, bucket, chops the bucket, and unfortunately is now out. So we'll see Rich Strath coming here, and Rich just throwing something right down the middle, and that's enough. Gets 7. So give Rich 37 to the Lichstein 28. And we will see Rich Strath here on 41-2, guys. We're going to sign off. We will be back in just a few minutes with the round of 16. Take care.